Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Waltons review. I'm sure that Germ will be around here shortly, but today we got for our episode. It's the boy from the C.C.C. Now, for those of you that never paid attention in history class or are not from the United States, the C.C.C. was a Roosevelt program from this. Well, there's Germ. Hey there, Germ. How's it going?
Going okay. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just trying to explain what the CCC is. Now the yeah. Now the CCC was a program as part of the New Deal there that created jobs. Like they created national parks, they created county courthouses and stuff. Their most famous project is the Hoover Dam. The fun fact: the courthouse in my home county here was built by the CCC. It's still standing. They also built the school that's over there too, but unfortunately, only small part of that remains. They tore most of that building down due to asbestos or some stupid bullshit like that.
Courthouse probably has a good amount of that too.
Yeah,
Asbestos was very popular until it wasn't.
but it's still in pretty good shape. So they're not tearing it down, unlike the school was that they turned into the resource center. That was falling apart. All right. So I'll start off with the beginning here, like we always do. Let's see. This was written by William Welch and directed by Harry Harris. That sounds familiar.
There was beauty on Walton's Mountain at any time of the year. But looking back, the time I treasure most is spring, when the days were growing longer and the promise of summer was ahead. They were the kind of days made for dreaming. But being the oldest of 7 children during the Depression didn't leave much time for daydreams.
Alrighty. So we got him walking along here, and apparently Rekka starts chasing a coon. I wonder why that raccoon. They said that the raccoon was sick, but I don't know why he wouldn't try to run up a tree.
They're not horribly great at that.
Oh, you get chased after a coon, they can climb a tree. I seen them. So they're
They can
going through.
try. The ones around here apparently are retarded. Then
Well, they are from
Every,
Washington.
yeah,
No, but it might, it might be chemicals that we have in our waters now that are affecting them, like all the oils and shit that's on the roads that get washed into the rivers and stuff. That might affect them.
it might. They just look like damned idiots.
Yeah.
They try scattering up there. They get halfway up. They either cower out. It's like they're scared of heights, or they don't know what they're doing, and it's sort of like watching the slow kid try to participate at recess. There's something wrong with these damn raccoons here.
All right, so we get our first glimpse of Gino there, and him and John Boy are fighting because Gino's apparently was going to skin that coon. It's Gino's damn lucky that knife didn't end up in his belly there. Then John Boy
Yeah.
got a hold of it there, and then Gino trips over a rock there. John Boy had to look like he was ready to stab him, but then he gives him back his knife because he's stupid like that. He could have at least pocketed it, put the knife in his back pocket or something. So you'll get this back later. So then they introduce themselves. He's checking to see if his ankle is broken. It's awfully nice of him after Gino tried stabbing him.
Yeah.
So then they get him up, give him a walking stick. And I gotta wait for this thing to catch up. And Elizabeth decides to take the coon home with her. I don't know why John Boy just didn't put a stop to that right away. He should have put his foot
Yeah,
down and
that
go,
would have been
no.
smart.
So now they're all getting bandaged up there, getting them all bandaged. Now, the one thing I noticed in the story, I don't think anything he said except lie. He didn't lie, uh, except for the Boy Scouts part. I don't think he lied at all. Like all throughout his stories, there he was just giving one sentences. Did you notice that too?
Yeah, he didn't lie, and the Boy Scout thing was more sarcasm than anything.
Yeah, because they asked what kind of uniform that was. So and you know, I kind of love how Grandma and Zeb there just keep going back and forth. They got that loving back and forth banter. You know what I mean? Like that the old lady people get.
Yeah.
So Zeb goes to pick strawberries. He goes, "I need some volunteers." Well, John Boy obviously volunteered right away, and nobody else raised their hand. So he's like, you're all volunteered." No, I volunteer. I'll volunteer you for you. All right. Anybody? Oh, hey there, LDG. We're just starting the review here, so you're just in time to catch what we're going on about here.
Hey, LDG.
All right. What's this reso? Okay. Yo. All right, so then we get Jim Bob coming back here. Ben's seen him at the Baldwin sisters. He tries to trade him an arrowhead to tell him what he's actually doing, but he won't tell him there. Find out there's lots of Indians around there. Around there. They asked, oh, it's kind of amazing that Gino wouldn't know what an arrowhead is, and before he can find out though, Elizabeth tells him that they caught a raccoon, so they all take off to go see the raccoon. And here, now they got him back and forth. Now, would you let him stay at your place?
Hell no, he's from New York.
No, before you knew anything about him.
I probably would have been helping John Boy bury the boy.
Huh. It was awfully nice of them to bring him home to feed him. And they're giving him a place to stay because he has a bad ankle. And Grandma's not feeling too comfortable about it, but Livy will never
Grandma's the only smart one.
Well, Livy's like, we can't turn the boy down. They never turn, because I can't remember if we got to the episode where they said they've never turned anybody away from that table and they never will. As long as someone needs help, that family will help them. It's their Christian duty type deal.
Yeah, I guess that would cover it. But I'm no Christian. I would have put that boy in the river.
I'm glad you had a good day today, Pickles. I don't know why you're dead. And Gino overhears him. He's pissed off, storms off. He'll sleep in the barn. But then John comes back. He gets introduced to Gino. So then, so we got Elizabeth saying grace. And did you have that family yet? Everybody had to get served before you could start eating at your place growing up?
Oh, I don't remember.
Or as soon as you got your plate, start piling it in?
I don't actually remember doing any sit down meals as a kid, but then again, I don't remember being that young very much. It was quite a while ago.
No, we had to wait there. My mom always got her served first because my dad had to serve it for her, or at least make the plate up for her. I always remember I got stuck in the corner because I was left-handed, and my sister got tired of fighting with me about elbowing, and I was the one that could fit in that back corner.
Yeah, it is a pain being left handed, everything being set up right handed.
Oh yeah. So Elizabeth says grace here. So then they're eating. He's asking them questions there. More one liners there. Like that's like what he's doing out in the woods. Apparently, well, he said he was up from Big Meadow, Then he says he was trying to eat a raccoon, and being from Big Meadow, he should have known that raccoon's not good to eat. It's only good for the skin or
Hell,
for the
even a
fur.
city boy should have known that.
Well, it's New York City. I'll give him a pass. If you want, I'll ask Bird if he knows not to eat raccoons in the city, being from New York and all that city. So, check. So yeah. He says he's hungry. Then they're arguing which shoes are the prettiest there. John offers to give him a ride in a couple days. And he declines it. Grandma doesn't believe in bringing wild things to. What was this remark from Grandpa that he says?
He remembers the first wild thing he brought into his house,
Oh
and it was her.
yeah. Did you expect that answer coming?
That is a very grandpa thing to say.
Yeah. So she says, "Eat your supper, old man." So they built a cage for him. They tells him about the bed. John wants to keep him to keep an extra eye on Gino while he's here because there's something not right. They know there's something. He's hiding something. They just don't know what. And apparently, Gino's never smelled hay before. I can
Being
believe
from
that.
where he's from, he's probably never even came close to it.
All right, now that you smelled the hay, now you can smell a cow patty or ploppy or whatever the fuck the term is. A cow pie. You can smell cow pie. That's what it was. So yeah, so they're going to bed. John Boy's writing in his journal. They're trying to figure out the mystery. Tell them don't gulp. They don't know where Gino's at. Apparently, he went egg hunting from the chicken pen, but he was gonna be the one. He said, "They're my eggs. I found them." So she goes, "Well, then you can cook them, even though it was in their chicken coop."
Yep. Well, that's the type of rotten person Gino is.
Then he advertises that he's gonna go. I think is this where he says he's gonna go fix that one guy's thing.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I believe so.
Gino overhears them talking that he's gonna go fix something. No, wait, nope, this ain't it. So yeah, he's talking to Flower. He starts talking to Elizabeth. And she says, "I'll leave you." She wanders off. I mean, there's a few good scenes you want. This is a great episode. Don't get me wrong, but there's not a lot to talk about it. So John Boy's gardening. There, he's trying to get more information out of him. Then he finds out he's from New York City in a place called Hell's Kitchen. I'm guessing that's the Bronx.
I don't really know.
Yeah, I think that's the Bronx. Because that's
All I know is that's where Daredevil is. Other than that, I don't freaking know.
well, Hell's Kitchen indicates that because they wouldn't be calling the rich area of Manhattan or Staten Island Hell's Kitchen, and the Bronx is the poorest section of New York City, so I'd only assume that'd be right there. You know what? I think the Empire State Building was that built in 32 or 33.
I have no idea. I know as little about New York as I possibly can, intentionally.
I'm gonna Google that. I remember hearing about it being built in like 32 or 33. Oh, that's not wicked. So that doesn't give you much information. Barely you can buy tickets in that. All right. Holy shit! There's over 2 million.
Hell's
2 million.
Kitchen is in Manhattan,
Oh, is it?
according to Wiki.
Okay. I thought it'd be the poor section of the Bronx.
West side
But
of Midtown Manhattan, officially known as Clinton.
okay. And the Empire State Building was built from 1930 to 1931. And I think the first season takes place in 33. So that lines up. I don't know what the Great White Way is.
Broadway.
Oh, Broadway. Yeah, then Gino's being sarcastic again. Yeah, and that's where we find out they're making this national park. Apparently, he couldn't stand it. Waking up to a bugle, going to bed to a bugle, waiting in line for food.
Well, yeah, it's like being in the... Hell, it was being in the Army. They just had a
Yeah,
different name for it.
yeah. Oh, we forgot to mention, John did recognize he's wearing some uniform, but John should have known that's not no Army uniform. It would have been green if it was an Army uniform.
If it was an Army uniform, they couldn't have portrayed him as letting him go. In the 70s, that was still a crime. Hell, it's still a
What?
crime now.
What,
It's
deserting?
desertion. Yeah,
Yeah.
deserting is a crime, and they lock you up.
Yeah, well, he signed a contract. And a contract is a contract is a contract.
Even if they put you in at gunpoint.
Yeah. Then apparently he ran away because someone took the money and they tried to pin it on him. I think he actually really did take the money.
Oh, yeah, that's a given.
Knowing what happens later in this episode. And here, Ben is snooping around underneath the bed here. And Jim Bob, he finally finds out what Jim Bob's hiding. He's trying to sell the bluing hits. Or bluing, whatever that it was.
I have no idea.
Let's see if I can find out.
I wouldn't even know how to spell it properly.
I got spelling. Oh, bluing liquid. It's laundry detergent. It's basically you're selling laundry detergent to the Baldwins. You got 20 cents from them there. But he thinks he's committing a sin. So, and he doesn't know what he's going to do about it.
But well, he was taking advantage of two relatively innocent, kind-hearted old ladies.
Yeah. He wasn't taking advantage of them. All
You
right.
think they even know what bluing is? If it ain't their daddy's recipe, they don't know about it.
Yeah. This is where he's going to fix up the Fernandez partial. Let me see if I can catch real quick what it was.
I think he's training a dog.
Oh, yep, he was training the dog. He's gonna pay him $5 for that. So he has to go up there, and Elizabeth wants her dad to take care of Pete. Does look at Pete, but he doesn't have time. So they push him all out to school.
He knows what that Pete isn't long for this world at this point.
Yeah. Then
Pretty
she
much
tries.
everyone does except for Elizabeth.
Yeah. And well, Evelyn there, she's trying to explain why they need that $5. So John Boy and Gino go look at Pete, see if they can do anything for Pete. John Boy says just let him go, but she won't let him do that. She even promised to get her another raccoon, but he wouldn't do that. Then Gino tells her he'd be better off dead. Now this is awfully of Evelyn there to put a blanket in there for Pete to try to make the raccoon comfortable. That's awfully sweet of her.
Well, yeah. Well, she knows what's going to happen to the thing.
Yeah. So so then he's showing off that $5, especially right in front of it. Apparently, it's going to the shoe fund.
Yep.
The storm's so bad that they can't listen to the radio, so they all decide to go back to bed. And apparently, Grandma's the only person that he knew that they could that he could that well, Grandpa says that Grandma's the only person he knew could snore with their eyes open. So then,
That is a particular talent.
yeah. Then Evelyn makes sure to go up and lock the door real good. She locks the door with the universal skeleton key that'll fit any door. Gino's watching, seeing where she puts that $5. She makes sure to lock both doors. Apparently, they have it hidden on the top shelf in a can, which I don't see why they don't put it like upstairs, like in the bedroom in the back of the closet or something. Because they got like a lot, like almost $20 in there. That's a lot of money back then.
Yeah. Well, that's where John wanted it moved to, I'm betting.
What, the top of the
The,
cabinet?
the bait has to be somewhere the fish can see it.
Yeah, but if they hid in it, they didn't have to tempt him.
Well, I have to know what the boy's made out of. If he's a crook, gotta smoke him out quick. If
No,
he's honest, that's okay.
no, I think that that's always been stored there. Because I think we'll see it a couple more times throughout the seasons there that it's up there.
Maybe.
So yeah. So then Jimmy's the door, which I'm surprised that's that one easy ass door to open up there with just the fucking knife. That's an easy ass door they had opened up. Didn't even leave a mark on the door frame.
Well, of course not. They gotta use that door for the next episode.
Yeah. But it opened up so easily. He goes in there, grabs it. He makes a bunch of noise dropping the lid. Then here he gets introduced to the old shotgun. There. Just the look on John's face. He'll protect his family, but I don't. Is there a piece of wood underneath that shotgun. I never did get a good look at it. Because of that, that's a bad place to hold that shotgun there. There on the barrel. There's nothing. He's not gripping anything.
I'm
Let's
sure
look.
it's placed to fit in frame.
Yeah, it could just be the angle we're looking at it because if you hold on to that barrel gets kind of hot for a second when you fire off when you fire a shot off because
Yeah.
of the friction.
I'm sure they wanted to get the whole barrel in the frame, though, so he had to choke up a bit.
Yeah, it's not on his shoulder either. Yeah, so you don't get much of a look on it. So they take him out of the barn. They they're trying to talk to him. Let's see. Let's Yeah, he had that old shit look on him. Let's play a little bit of this here. John doesn't know what to say.
It sure beats me how you can treat this family that way after we took you in.
I didn't ask you to take me in.
Yeah, but they didn't think it'd be right if they didn't take him in. Oh yeah, he does kind of say that.
Yeah.
No, we could have left you in the woods, hungry, lame. That's not our way.
What are you going to do with me, mister?
I think he knows exactly what John's gonna do to him.
Send for the sheriff. It's up to him. Tell me, Gino, what are we going to do with that money if I hadn't caught you?
Crack and hookers. Oh wait, crack hasn't been invented yet.
He would have gone as far south and then as far west as $20 would have taken him.
Yeah.
There wasn't much. It was hardly $20.
Well, I'll tell you, son, it's a lot to us.
My own.
I wonder how much $20 is in 1933 would be worth.
Probably a couple hundred.
$456 and 61 cents in today's money.
So yeah, a few hundred.
But I don't think that's quite equivalent to today's inflation calculated in. Especially when the inflation's been kind of manipulated.
Yeah.
Old man used to pay that much a week in protection money.
It's protection money.
You know, it'd be kind of nice not to have to know what protection money is. Like I know what it is. You know, I'm pretty.
Well,
you know what it
yeah,
is.
because you watch gangster films.
Yeah, well,
You've never had to pay protection money.
Yeah, but that's because we're all armed here. But it'd be nice not to have to know that term.
It's money that you have to pay to hoods, else they'll bust up your store and your head even.
You come from a pretty tough neighborhood.
Place called Hell's Kitchen in New York City. Told me all about it.
Is that where you learned to steal?
That's where I had to steal, to keep alive.
No, he could have found himself a job or something. He could have found something to
Yeah.
keep himself going. Like he was with the C.C.C. for heaven's sakes.
He is. I guarantee you, he didn't join the C.C.C. of his own free will.
Yeah. Now this line here made me laugh.
You know, you people don't know what it's like to be poor.
What? Yeah, have you not seen their place? They know what it's like to be poor. They're probably a lot poorer than he is.
The arrogance of a city kid.
Yeah.
Not wanting to realize that most of his own problems are of his own making, being a complete dumbass that he is.
Yeah.
You get hungry, you can go out and you can grow something in the garden or you can shoot it in the forest. Well, it's not like that in the city.
He's got a point there.
Oh, so they're not poor because they can grow their own food or hunt their own food.
No one forced you to stay in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
If you're smart, hell, if your daddy was smart, he would have gotten the hell away from there.
Yeah.
Look, I had it tough all my life. So give me a break. You want to make it any tougher on me?
Well, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to make it any tougher on you, but I don't want to make it any easier either. The way I figure it, Gino, you're at a crossroads. You can still make of your life what you want it to be.
You sound just like my old man used to.
Hey, man, his old man was smart,
So fun.
except for the part of not leaving Hell's Kitchen. That's probably enough of showing the clips. You're gonna get hit again.
Yeah, I've been paused. So anyhow, yeah, they keep going back and forth there. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of it there. Anyhow, so Ben goes down there and apparently Sheriff Briggs hasn't been in for his daily soda, so yeah, this has X send to him. And this is where what's his face or Jim Bob tells his mom that what he did. So she goes and mails it off it so that they could get their bluing there because he didn't know how to send it off there, and he gets a nickel's commission. I guess that's
Yeah.
not too bad.
She's gonna go buy it from the general store.
Oh, is she? I thought they is a mail-in thing type thing. Like
It was
she
a
put.
mail-in thing, but she's gonna cut out the middleman.
Oh, you mean include the middleman? Because that Godsby would be the middleman.
She's gonna provide it herself. She's gonna buy it and deliver it herself without any sending out.
Okay.
And the only commission is gonna go to the boy, not to some idiot with a mail order.
Gotcha. She doesn't seem like. And there's the thing, you didn't even know what bluing is, and she goes, "Well, if you can sell something you don't even know what does, you'll never have to worry about money." I
Until
think
you
that.
sell the wrong thing to the wrong guy and you end up shot.
But here's the thing, I think only Jim Bob and Elizabeth could pull that off. Their sweet little innocent faces. They're the only two that could pull that off.
Yeah, being the youngest, that helps.
Yeah, well,
But
he's the youngest boy.
it is a natural given talent to sell any old thing that you see and not even knowing what it is, sell it to some sucker.
Yeah.
The only downside is you can sell it to the wrong sucker, and that sucker may end up being part of the Italian mob. And, well, you get a visit from Uncle Paulie.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Ben comes tells them there that Sheriff Briggs will be along pretty soon. And he's gonna go take a look at Pete there, giving Gino a chance to run off, but he doesn't. John Boy kind of has a little talk with him. Was this the other scene I wanted to show?
I don't think so. There's nothing really of any import in this.
Okay.
I think the next part of the next part, he just talks about that John Boy will be at his own crossroads soon. The important part is dealing with the raccoon.
Yeah, and they're all loving each other. You know, they're talking about how much each other loves each other and they care for each other and stuff. So yeah, here's the raccoon. He tells them to get sarsaparilla tea, whatever the hell that is, and honey.
That's get out of the way, kid. I'm gonna have to do something to this here raccoon.
Okay. Oh yeah, because she didn't even go back outside yet. We come to. I'm afraid he's dead.
Yeah, right after he snapped the poor little guy's neck.
I wonder what was wrong with it though.
Could have been lame. Could have had rabies. Could have had any number of diseases. Those things are filthy, filthy creatures.
Yeah. And apparently, Elizabeth learns about death.
Good for her. At least it happened with an animal.
Yeah.
Hate for that
And
to
this,
be Grandpa keeling over.
yeah, that's not till like season 6, ain't it?
I have no idea.
Will Green died during production of the show.
I've never watched this show.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, spoilers. But anyhow, so this is a really good family. You know, it's pouring rain. It's a what? It's this ain't even like reckless or chance. It was a wild raccoon they found like 2 days ago. They're standing out in the middle of the rain, burying the raccoon for Elizabeth. There while Ben plays the harmonica and stuff. You know, that's true family commitment right there to their kid, or to the brother, to their sister, by doing that for her. Because she's the only one they
Yeah,
really cared
the
about. But they're all standing out there for her.
yeah, gathering around. The rain ain't really that big of a deal. That's just a little bit of. That's just a little drizzle.
Yeah, but how many families would sit out in the rain next to burying a wild animal that they just found the other day there, just for to make the one kid feel better.
Well, the families were better back then.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making. Not many families would have done this, even probably back then, would have done this for their kid. So then she blames John for the thing there. You know, they all try to make her feel better, trying to tell him it's time to go. It's part of dying. Her part of life is dying.
It's the main part of life.
Yeah.
It's the end result to every beginning. It's literally the one thing everyone has in common.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna play the story here because this is an important part of the show.
Elizabeth?
You hear they all start coming
Kind of
into
stuff
the
never did
barn.
anybody any good. Only sissies cry.
At first, he doesn't know how to cheer her up. I try to tell her Sissy's only cry, you know. But it's kind of funny how the whole family just comes into the barn and he doesn't even notice.
I'm no sissy.
I know it. You're a tough guy, aren't you?
Well, I guess that's one way that kind of he got her perked her up, you know. There.
Yep.
Right now, you're feeling cheated. You know, like it's not fair.
I'm never gonna speak to Daddy again. He could.
I don't think she really meant that. Do you think that she meant that? Or how long do you think it would last?
She's 5. She doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when death comes, it's welcome. Sometimes it's the right thing to happen.
Do you really think it's the right thing to happen?
For that raccoon, yes, it was.
Well, for some people also. There's a few people that they'd be better off dead, I suppose.
Well, yeah, euthanasia is a thing for once you reach a certain level of infirmity.
Well, I was thinking more death row, but yeah, euthanasia. Well, euthanasia is I'm kind of like a mixed bag on it, just because they've kind of gone overboard or they've gone nuts on it. Now,
In
now,
Canada, especially.
yeah, Canada,
You
Bell,
got a
well,
broken
probably
arm.
most of Europe.
Have you considered suicide?
Oh hell, they'll offer you euthanasia for a hangnail. And yes, we're making fun of Canada. It'd be funny if like Jason popped in right here. We actually had a guy from Canada. He was a truck driver and all that. I was trying to explain to him like, no, Yeah, they weren't quite listening to me when I told them, no, you want to take this route because that road's closed right now because of a fucking big old crash on the road, But I'm so tempted to change my name to Zathras because no one listens to poor Zathras. But that guy, you think of the Canadian stereotype when they're talking and all that. This guy had it. The accent, the about, the A, or I should say the boot. This guy had it. It was pretty entertaining to listen to be honest.
Plenty. I saw my old man, my daddy, die.
So yeah, this is where we're getting the full backstory.
I had a pretty good family time. Mom, the old man, little sister. We didn't live grand the way you do here. Fresh air and good stuff to eat and everything.
He calls that grand living where they live, where the Waltons live. I
Well,
suppose.
he is from Hell's Kitchen, so they don't make him too bright over there.
Yeah, but I suppose he has a good point. Fresh air, and Evelyn knows how to cook. Back then they actually had to cook their foods. You don't get these box dinners or your pre-made dinners like we do now. Like I just made chili tonight, and that took a bit to cook. It was kind of spendy, but at least it'll last me. Like I got enough chili for 2 weeks for $22. So
We lived in what they call a tenement.
what the hell is a tenement?
The Depression's era projects.
Okay, so low income housing, pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's a dark old building with rats running up and down the halls and garbage all over the place. It's kind of hard for you to picture, huh? Well, first we lost my mom, and for a while we got by. My old man and me taking turns cooking and all that stuff.
See, he's doing a really good job telling the story. You can kind of almost hear the emotion in his voice, like he's actually really telling the true story. Almost.
Did your sister help?
She wasn't but 5, but she did what she could. Then one day, my old man, he was working in his store, and these hoods came in.
Good.
Just the look on her face, like hoods. What the hell are hoods?
You'd call them bad guys, I guess. Anyway, they came into the store and they told my old man they had to have this protection money. Well, he told them to get lost, and there was a fight, and they shot him.
Father?
Wouldn't it be nice to be that innocent where you can't believe someone would shoot another human being?
Well, everyone was that innocent once.
Yeah.
My sister and I, we heard the shots, and we ran down there and we found him.
It looks like Grandma's about to
He
have.
was really hurt bad.
It looks like Grandma was about to ready to have a tear in her eyes, crying from hearing the story.
But he was still thinking of us, as bad off as he was. I called for some help. And my sister and I, we sat down beside him, and we prayed to God to let him live. After a while, I couldn't stand him being in such pain. I just stopped praying. And he died.
I'm sorry, Gino.
I guess that makes her feel a whole lot better over a raccoon hearing his story.
Yeah.
So.
See, it was right for him to let go of life. And it was right for us to let go of him.
What is death?
I think it's just closing your eyes, and instead of the darkness, you see the light.
Oh, I guess that's a good explanation for a 5-year-old, isn't he?
Yeah. No
So
need to burden a 5-year-old with any of the harsher points of it.
yeah. Well, we just told the kid there we go when he asked like what death was. We just told him it's when you go to sleep and never wake up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Never gonna be able to see him again, are you?
No, because he thinks his dad's in heaven and he's going to hell.
He probably isn't wrong.
No.
I think I'd like to find my dad.
Unless he gets on that repentant, he's definitely not ended up in the same place.
Yeah. And here, so yeah, she's gonna talk to her dad again. She's gonna go find him and forgive him. This is when they see everybody.
Right here, baby.
Daddy? Daddy?
Okay, that's about it. This is when Sheriff Spriggs is here. They ask him, are you pretty good at hiding? So yeah, they hold him off. And apparently they made Sheriff Briggs drive all the way out there to see if he wanted to go quail hunting on Saturday. I don't know if I'd be irritated with that, but he was all happy to go quail hunting.
Yeah. He figured there's something more to that, but he trusts John enough to deal with it himself.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, they want to go. So yeah, so they're all good. So apparently now they're committed to go quail hunting. Then Gino thanks him. Then he's gonna go back to the C.C.C. there, and John's gonna give him a ride.
And of course, it has a happy ending.
Yeah, she's gonna make she made a little thing for Pete there. Yeah, John offers to go catch her a raccoon. She goes, "No, just let the wild things be wild. They're not gonna need him like Pete did." So
Another grand life lesson brought to you by Grandpa or Grandma, whichever one said it.
yeah. All right, so now we're getting back to the synapses here.
Me the way Pete did. Besides, Grandma said wild things are better off with their own kind.
Yep.
Maybe I reckon they are.
All right.
For a while after he left, Gino used to write to us. At first from the C.C.C. camp, and later from New York City, where he returned when the Depression was over. Today, where the C.C.C. camp once stood, is a national park. And in autumn, when the leaves are gold and russet and lemon yellow and apple red, people drive for hundreds of miles to refresh their souls and their spirit with beauty.
John boy,
Yes, honey?
can flowers talk?
All right. So yeah, that was a pretty good episode there, wouldn't you say?
Not one of the better ones, but it is okay.
Yeah. Like I remember this one fine. I do remember this episode though. This is one of the more memorable episodes I remember watching. Now I'm looking to see what our next episode's gonna be. Here, so let's see. That's the boy from the C.C.C. Our next episode is the ceremony, which I'm not sure what that one's about. But anyhow, so how would you rate this one?
I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
Gino wasn't very likable.
Yeah, but he had a see. I'm gonna rate it a 7. I mean, yeah, he wasn't likable, but he had a great redemption arc. He had his backstory. It almost brought a tear to my eye. So I guess I'm gonna give it a 7, but I'm just being really generous too. I'm in a generous mood today.
Oh, in the next episode, the Waltons meet Jewish refugees from Germany, and
Oh,
John Boy helps arrange a bar mitzvah.
another excellent Waltons episode. Alrighty. So with that, I want to thank LDG for coming there. If you ever need IT help or looking for a place to hang out, and that, like I hang out there on Sundays for Twilight Zone. There, make sure to check them out at freethenet.org/underground. What you got going on, Germ?
Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning cartoons, 8 a.m. Pacific.
Alrighty, and tomorrow we got Babylon 5 for sure. If I'm feeling up for it, I might do a long watch hour of Clone High. And then Sunday we were watching A Boy and His Dog for our last episode of Dystopian Month.
I still have no idea what that movie is.
Neither do I. Oh wait, there's another. January has five weekends in it, or 5 Sundays in it.
Does it?
Yeah, so we got to come up with another dystopian movie. I'll think of one.
Okay.
Okay, have you thought of anything for February's theme?
Nothing's coming to me.
Alrighty, how about movies based on dogs? Like,
The month of dogs.
yeah, so I was thinking like have you seen the Shiloh movies?
Shiloh.
I
The
watched
name doesn't sound familiar.
Well, I watched them growing up, so maybe we might do the first one might be a double header of the Shiloh movies.
Yeah.
Then
Or you can expand it to pets in general.
pets in general.
Yeah. The way you can do Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound is a good movie.
There's 2 of them, right? Yeah, there's 2 of
Yeah.
them. So well, that's a dog movie. I consider that dog movie. So we could do
Okay.
double headers of Shiloh and double headers of Homeward Bound. I haven't seen Cujo.
You don't want to.
That bad?
It's Stephen King.
Oh, I watch it in Misery and the Sandlot, or not the Sandlot. Stand by Me.
You mean The Stand?
No, Stand by Me was Stephen King also. That's when that one was one of Will Wheaton's first movies, where they heard that there's a body next to the train track, so these kids walk 20 miles to go look at a dead body.
Will Wheaton must be the reason I blocked that movie out.
Yeah, because this was back when he was like 9 or 10 years old. So we got Shiloh, Homeward Bound. We've already watched Where the Redfern Grows. Unless you want to watch that again.
No repeats.
No repeats. Alrighty. So we'll think of a
Yeah.
couple.
Couldn't think of something.
Yeah, but I no, we're not watching the Beethoven movies or Air Bud. They're good for when you're little, not good for watch party.
Yeah, not good if you want to keep your sanity.
Well, I've watched the Beethoven movies. They're entertaining in a way, but not enough to.
The first 2 are okay. The others are, I'm going to go play in traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody, that was just kind of stupid. So, yeah. So, alrighty, then we got Stranger Things Season 4, Episode 2 on Wednesday. Then our next episode review is the ceremony. Now, yeah, I might do like 2 watch parties on a Saturday of Clone High because that show is hilarious, especially if you know a little bit, you know somewhat of your history. There, because they go. It's set in the 1980s there, and the government did a bunch of experiments, and they got the DNA from all these famous people, and now they're all about the same age, and they're all in high school. So you got like JFK, Cleopatra, Gandhi, Abe Lincoln, the Elvis twins. It's pretty hilarious. Stupid but hilarious. So, with that, I'm going to end it. You guys have a good night. Remember to be a gorilla.